The lingering scent of a harsh rainfall inflicts the humid air in the Filipino island of Leyte. Anticipating a heavy flood, a group of about 30 men gather around a small hut. Together, they kneel and lift the hut, carrying it away from the flood-prone area. This concept, known as Bayanihan, illustrates a sense of cooperation, especially during an urgent situation. Bayanihan is a Tagalog word which translates to being in community and signifies the collective pursuit of work toward a specific goal. It is this sense of solidarity that empowers the neighbors and families to protect each other and therefore uplift their communities during a time of crisis. Community cooperation as a response to crisis is a natural human phenomenon, with employment and entrepreneurship being the main venues that people can pursue in order to maintain their livelihoods. Cooperation often manifests itself in the form of worker-owned cooperatives. Throughout history, both globally and in the U.S., various communities have utilized worker cooperatives as a response to crises. In the context of this video, a worker cooperative refers to an organization that workers own and democratically manage through a one-person, one-vote system. The term crisis may refer to a variety of situations ranging from the sudden impacts of an economic depression to the historical and ongoing exclusion of Black and brown people from participating in the mainstream U.S. economy. With that being said, it's important to examine the historical role of worker cooperatives and other similar structures as a response to crises, and to emphasize the often untold history of cooperative movements among communities of color. Worker cooperatives, or worker co-ops, are common in other countries, with some cooperative corporations employing over 100,000 people. Yet, cooperative movements in the U.S. have often been overlooked. Within the past few years, worker co-ops have been a key tool of economic security among immigrant communities, with their efforts driving cooperative movements in cities across the country. Cooperatives have also played an important role all throughout U.S. history. As described in Jessica Gordon Numbard's book, Collective Courage, the circumstances of slavery compelled some of the first recorded instances of Black economic cooperation in the U.S., particularly in the form of mutual aid societies, in which groups of people facilitated the sharing of clothing, food, shelter, and other resources. More formalized worker-owned cooperatives emerged during the Great Depression and Civil Rights Movement, with Black women leading key initiatives. Throughout the 20th century, there have been 4 prominent examples of Black-led economic cooperation in Buffalo. The first is Citizens Cooperative Society of Buffalo, which was founded just months before the Great Depression. The group was unable to fare through the Depression, but it gave rise to the Buffalo Cooperative Economic Society, which was founded just a few years later. The Buffalo Cooperative Economic Society was perhaps the longest-running Black-led cooperative effort in U.S. history, lasting for over 25 years. The organization launched an incredibly successful local educational campaign, along with a grocery store and a credit union. However, despite prospering in the 1940s, the organization and its 2 businesses began to suffer and had to shut down in 1961. Another co-op, the Eastside Community Cooperative, also known as ECHO, was founded in 1968. ECHO, a grocery store near Willard Park, was funded through the Buffalo Model Cities program, a part of a federal anti-poverty initiative during the 1960s. The store was successful for about 7 years, but it eventually lost its members and shut down. The final cooperative effort of the 20th century was Our Market in 1996, another cooperative grocery store, which emerged as a solution to a decade-long food desert in Buffalo's East Side. Unfortunately, the store itself never fully came to fruition. However, the grassroots campaign to fund and build the store had over 3,000 signatures of support, indicating a high level of community enthusiasm. So why didn't any of these endeavors stay around? There are lots of factors, many both internal and external. However, the fact that they did emerge in the first place indicates that cooperation was a significant economic strategy, particularly in response to ongoing issues of inequity. If you'd like to learn more about cooperatives, both in the modern and historical context, in Buffalo, the U.S., and in the rest of the world, here are a couple sources that can help you do so. Be sure to check them out when you can, and thanks for watching.